5 bonsai masterpieces that marked turning points in the development of Vietnam's ornamental tree market. Ladies and gentlemen, alongside the growth of Vietnam's ornamental tree industry, there have been iconic works that created major turning points in the artistic bonsai market. These pieces are not only recognized as masterpieces of Vietnamese bonsai, but are also known for their exceptionally high transfer values, creating new waves and heating up the market over extended periods of time. And now, I would like to invite you to look back at 5 masterpieces that have reshaped the Vietnamese bonsai market over the past 2 decades. 1. Mumsoy Konga. The masterpiece, Mumsoy Konga, was created by a Hanoi-based artist known as Kung Hoa Si. Later, the tree was transferred to a collector, Mr. Tien from Phu Tho, from 2007 up to the present day. As we know, the period from around 2000 to 2007 was the early developmental stage of Vietnam's artistic bonsai market, especially in the northern region. At that time, varieties such as San Quay, San Hat, and San Cuc Van Giang were relatively popular. However, transactions were modest, steady, and without any major market fever. But after Mumsoy Konga was transferred at a high price, it created strong momentum and heat within the market. The peak came after the 2010 exhibition, celebrating the millennium of Thang Long. From that point, the market became significantly more active. This moment marked a turning point in the transformation of the ornamental tree market. It generated strong influence, positive effects, and provided motivation for future market growth. Since then, public interest in the bonsai market has increased significantly. At that time, across forums and even in international bonsai magazines, people began to mention Mumsoy Konga. Later on, many other versions inspired by this tree were created. However, none could reach the same level of beauty and recognition. Naturado of Mumsoy Konga was simply too great. Number 2. Doan Tien. Another work by artist Kung Hoa Si, titled Doan Tien, also marked a significant milestone. The tree was transferred to the garden owner Min Duong. For those who were active in the bonsai market during that time, this period is surely unforgettable. Between approximately 2014 and 2017, after the market wave of Mumsoy Konga gradually subsided, the market declined. This was partly due to a shift in trend from San Quay to another variety, San Nam Dien. The market became quiet and less vibrant. Many garden owners even removed unfinished trees to switch toward other agricultural models, such as fruit trees or medicinal plants. At the same time, the real estate market was also slowing down, which had a noticeable impact on the domestic bonsai market. Then, during the period from 2017 to 2020, when Doan Tien was successfully transferred, a strong ripple effect was created. This helped revive momentum and gradually warmed up the market again. It played a role in restoring confidence and unlocking potential for Vietnam's bonsai market. 3. Tinla Giang Tran. Another major wave came from the transaction in 2020 of the masterpiece Tinla Giang Chun. Initially, the tree was transferred from Mr. Mui to Mr. Chi in Thuong Tin, Hanoi. Later, it was successfully transferred again to Mr. Tuan Do La from Phu Tho. And up to now, Mr. Tuan Thu remains the current owner of the masterpiece. As we know, during the COVID-19 period, most activities were significantly slowed down. However, a bonsai transaction worth tens of billions of VND during such a time naturally attracted great public attention. This created a strong positive effect. Many garden owners began expanding their gardens. Numerous clubs, organizations, and bonsai communities were established. Exhibitions were held across various provinces, and many transactions took place. The market became truly active again. This single transaction generated powerful motivation and a strong positive effect for the bonsai community. However, there are also differing opinions, suggesting that the actual transaction price remains unclear. As for this matter, I would respectfully leave it without comment. Huinfungvu. is another masterpiece created over many years by artist Kung Si. In recent years, the tree has been transferred through several owners, including Tien in Hadong, Hai Ha in Phu Tho, and currently Minh Duong in Hanoi. The tree possesses high artistic value and strong aesthetic appeal. It is widely appreciated. However, after each transfer, the valuation of the tree has increased significantly. At one point, it was valued at up to 35 billion VND, which surprised many observers and raised questions about the northern bonsai market. Five, Lo Mai Dai To. Through the four masterpieces mentioned earlier, you may have noticed a common point. That is, the san tree, a dominant species and a primary material for many famous works in northern Vietnam. And now, let us turn to another direction, with the appearance of a transaction involving a different native species of Vietnam. That is, the transfer of the work Lao Mai Dai To in recent years between the garden owner Mr. Hoa Taxi and a collector in Hai Duong City known as Mr. Trung Zai. This transaction helped revive an entire native species, the Dui tree of Vietnam. After that, the movement of collecting and creating Dui bonsai developed strongly across many provinces. Even wild Dui trees were brought in, and many new works appeared in exhibitions across the north, central, and south of Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, Beautiful Bonsai Channel has just briefly reviewed a number of outstanding masterpieces, along with remarkable transactions that have significantly impacted Vietnam's bonsai market over the past 20 years. These 5 masterpieces will continue to be remembered as they created major turning points, generated new waves, and kept the market vibrant for long periods of time. Looking ahead, in the next 5 to 10 years, how do you think Vietnam's bonsai market will evolve? Will works like these remain central highlights, or will they be replaced by new tastes, new styles, and new trends in global bonsai integration? We warmly invite you to share your thoughts.